welcome back to the Great International Craft Show 20, day 2. How exciting. One day's gone and we're into day 2. Today I want to share a cute little money gift card that you can make for grandchildren, even adults, men, women, whoever, depending on what you put on your card. But one thing I want to share with you is one of our new pocket dies. Now these are just absolutely amazing. I'm telling you, these are. They come in 3 different sizes. So we have 3 different size pockets. We've got a huge big one, a medium one, which I'm going to use, and then we have a baby small one. Great for card making, great for scrapbooking. So either way you can use these beautiful dies. I have cut my medium one out already and I use the beautiful wood grain paper for mine. So I wanted to do a little bit of die cutting because time goes really fast. Okay, the second one we're going to use is our alphabet dies that are on, these ones are on the online exclusive because they're a taller, thinner die that you can use for scrapbooking, card making. But in our catalogue, we have a smaller one, and when you run that one through, you can run them through a few times and you just cut out all the alphabet. And that is a fantastic die as well for alphabets. And I'm back using my Pet and More. This is a great little stamp set. Okay, so let's get down to my workbench so you can see what I'm doing, because I wanted to share with you more on how to do the alphabet today and how you can put the adhesive glue onto the back before you do it, so you don't have to try gluing them all on. And I love this for any image that we're doing through the die cutting machine. It's a perfect way that you can do it. Now you get your adhesive sheets like this. They come in a bag with a lot of adhesive sheets in here. I think you get 12 pieces of the half of 12 by 12. On here they've got dividers, so you can see that they divide here and here, which is really good. This is the tacky bit. This is the bit you left off. Now I like to, I'm going to come down and I'm just going to trim mine off a little bit. So I'm just going to measure my black scrap that I found. I think it's about 10.5, yes. And I'm just going to grab my paper trimmer and I'm going to just trim off 10.5 across here. So right across here. Put that bit back in my pack for later. And put this bit on my scrap bit of paper. Okay, so we are going to peel this off. Now that's the sticky one. Here, we need to peel this one off as well. So I'm going to come down with these 2 to start off with. Stick that on and then come back and peel this last bit off. Okay, so that's our adhesive sticking. Now you can use this through any of the die cuts. That is your glue. You can do it on your die cutting machine. So I just wanted to go through this. I will need to cut and, oh, sorry, going to have to trim this up a little bit, because my little machine won't fit a 10.5. It will fit an 8, but what I want to do is just check out what size these are. And I'm just going to grab the W here. I reckon I could get 2 lots out of this, not a problem. So I'm just going to cut it down the middle here. Okay. So I'm going to start off with woof, W, and we want 2 O's. you can use the O in your numbers as well as your O in your letters. And then I'm going to come in with an F. Now, if you're really clever and you do this nice and neat on this one, you can also use your image for another card. So depends what you want to do. If you're rough and rugged and you just want to throw it through, you can. If you want to use it for another card, you can line it up and do it that way. Little die cutting machine, plate number 3. You can see it's got plate number 3 on it. That goes down next. Then a plate number 2. It's upside down. Number 2. So when you're placing these in, I like my number 2 back from my number 3. Okay. Then I like my cardstock and my dies. Then I like my plate number 2 forward a little bit past the other number 2 that I just had in there, as it makes it easy to go through the rollers there. So we're going to roll it through. Now make sure the glue is always facing downwards when you're doing it on your die cutting machines, because that's the way it's going to glue on. Okay, so remove these. So we've got our W, our O, and our F. Just going to pop these away back in here. E, F, O there, O there, and W in there. Okay, pop these back in so you don't lose any of those thin little dies. So we've got our O, and our F. And you can sort of see that the glue is still on there, so you can even punch little flowers and things out when you've got glue on those sort of things, if you've got a bigger piece of paper. Okay, so we're going to start with our crumb cake cardstock. And we're going to grab the little footprints out of here. We've got little footprints here, so we're going to grab them out, and I'm going to just put them on a little block, because I like to definitely go for the size block that I'm using. And I'm just going to randomly put these around. So we're just going to randomly put some of these around the edge of my card here. And up the side here. Doesn't matter how you do it, but just to decorate a few of the corners, make sure that we put that in there, back in there. Okay, then I've got my white piece that you can always run through an embossing folder if you want to. I'm just checking to see which size I want this size. So this piece is 12.5 by 8.5. 12.5 by 8.5. That's the Whisper White. So we're going to put that through, or layer that one on. Okay, so this is going to go right in the center. It's got a few little footprints around, which is really cute. Now we're going to get our small little pocket here. Now I love that it actually scores the lines and does the cutting out all at the same time when you put your die in. So I'm just going to fold these with my bone folder. on here. Lovely. So to stick this onto my card now, I just need to stick these flaps. Okay, so just along here. I love these for putting money in for the grandkids, and I've made the grandboys older ones these this year so I can put vouchers or money in for them, because that's what they want. They don't want pressies. So this is just going to go onto our card here. So I'm just pressing around the outside because that's where the glue is. Okay. Now when you use these ones, you'll have the backings on this that you'll have to remove off. But before we do that, remove the backing off, you want to make sure that you line it up to where you want it on your paper. Just roughly, so that you've got an idea that it's all going to fit on. Oh, where did that one go? Over here. Just so that you can move it around if you need to. Okay, so if you want to move it around a little bit, you can. Now you might want your pick tool out there, so you might want to grab your pick tool with the little piercing bit on the end. And you might want to use that to lift that up. So you can sort of see that peels off. And we're going to stick this on. So this will be your first indication of where they're going to go, is by that first one. Once again, just grab your piercing tool and flick that off. Pick tools are fantastic for this. If you don't have a pick tool, they are one of the best because they have so many attachments that you can add to your pick tool. It's one of my favorite products because you can add so much to it. You have a knife on one end. When you buy it, you have a putty on this end, so you make sure that you always have your knife nice and tight. Undo it here at the big bit and take that bit off. That's your knife, and you can put your putty piece up. And that is like for picking up pieces of sequins or anything like that. You can just pick them up with your putty side. Okay, that's really good. You've got a spatula on the other side of this, which is really fantastic. And you also have your scorings that go in here as well. Okay, and you also have a brush that goes in the thicker end as well, which my brush is over with my die cutting machine. I keep it over there because that's when I use it all the time. Also has another little piercing with a point, and it's also got a perforator. So it has a lot that you can add to the pick tool. Okay, so take this toe off. So many bits and pieces in one tool. You know how you always want that putty holder that picks up things, and then you want a piercing tool and you want a brush, and this is all in one. I love it. Okay, so we have our woof now on here, and it's all stuck on. Now keep these little, because you can use them for eyes and all sorts of things. Those bits can go in the bin. Okay, so now we're going to stamp out a dog or a cat. I think I need to stamp out a dog, not a cat, because a dog goes woof, a cat goes meow, and you can do cats if you want to. So I'm going to, once again, I'm sticking to my theme, so I'm going with the crumb cake. I'm just looking for a bit of crumb cake scrap. No, that's not a scrap. Okay, I'm just going to find a bit. Okay, I don't have a scrap, so I'll use this another scrap out. Now I'm going grey granite, or you can go early espresso. So let's go with the grey granite and have a look. This is a bit dark, lighter tone, which is really nice. Oh, that one's the crumb cake, I mean, that's a lighter tone. Or you can go with an early espresso, which is a darker colour. So let's just see what this one looks like. And you can sort of see, I like the early espresso. It puts the image way out there and it pushes out so you can see it. So I'm going to get my paper snips and I'm just going to hand cut, fussy cut, because it won't take long to do. So cut around our little dog here. Tell me in the comments, do you like fussy cutting? I know a lot of my girls, some do, some don't mind, and some just go, no, give me the dies, or a punch. Fussy cutting is not hard to do. It just depends on the individual person. I actually, when I'm sitting at home, find it quite relaxing if I've got to do a little bit of cutting out. So everyone to their own. Okay, around with our dog. And it's done. So I'm going to put this piece up here and I'm going to use a couple of dimensions, but before I do, I'm just going to grab this little bit off here because I'm going to get the little bowl out and I'm going to come in with some pumpkin pie, floaty flamingo, pumpkin pie, any of those orangey colours. You can have a blue bowl, you can have a pink bowl, a red bowl, whatever you like is fine. And I'm just going to punch that down on here, which is not quite dark enough for me. My pumpkin pie needs refilling, so I'm going to have to share that with you. Let me see what colour we're going to go this time. We might try a pink one because this one's a darker colour and it's full. We do want to clean our little stamp. Put my lid back on my piercing tool so we don't lose it. Clean your stamp on your chamois and then come down again. Usually if your inks aren't stamping properly or clear, it's because they're dry. They need more ink in them. So you need your ink refills to fill them up. And I know that I need ink refiller in my orange because I've been using the brayer on my orange. And that always uses up a lot of ink. Okay, so paper snips again. Cut out our little bowl. Like I said, you can use dies if you want to, but I'm not even sure if this one has dies actually, come to think of it. But anyhow, we can use dimensions. Grab them. Put these on the back. And stick this on here. Bring our little bowl in. And then we're going to do woof equals happy birthday. Put this in here. It's cute as. And then we've got a little bit of a scrap here. Sometimes I have some thinner pieces, so I usually go through all my little white strips because sometimes I have some really thin pieces. I only want a real little thin piece. Oh, that one's thin enough. And I'm going to stamp out happy birthday. Now the happy birthday I'm getting out of the Adventurous skies because we've got this great happy birthday down here. It's a really lovely one. There's a few stamp sets that have got a straight happy birthday in them, so you can use them, or you might already have one in your stash. So I'm just going to line that up and grab my block. I'm going to use the Early Espresso. Because we want that nice and dark. And I'm going to leave enough room to put equals there. So I'm going to come in, bring this on. Now I'm not, probably need to trim this down a little bit. Okay, happy. I'm going to trim this side down just a little bit too. You can use your paper trimmer. Okay, I just wanted to bring that down. I've got the Early Espresso marker here, so I'm just going to put in woof equals. I'm just going to do an equal happy birthday. And we can just trim this off a little bit now. And we're going to bring this in here with some dimensions. So I'm just going to grab some from around the edge. So I'm just going to cut these around the edge. They just normally fit in perfectly. And one more at the end here. Okay, so this goes just here. Woof equals happy birthday. Just go back that way, just a fraction. And then you can just add a white card to the center, which is 10 by 14. Yep, 10 by 14. So you can just add that one to the center, just making sure which way it goes. And then when your grandson, nephew, brother, son, uncle, daughter, whoever's birthday comes up that you want to give this card to, you can just poke the money in the front here, so you can have the little 10 or the 20 or the 50 sticking out the side there. How cute are these little cards? They are so cute, they really are. Sorry about my hand for a minute. So really cute. Woof equals happy birthday. Simple, it's a casing. So what's a casing? A casing is when the idea has come from the Stampin' Up site. So if you went onto the online exclusive and checked out this stamp set, you would see they'd have some card ideas on there, and the ideas sort of come based on that. So I like to share where you can get your ideas from as well. So that's where you can get your ideas from as well, is on our Stampin' Up site. They have some great cards to share with you. Very simple cards that aren't too hard but look amazing. For anyone that's just starting Stampin' Up for the first time or creating cards for the first time, this is the place where you want to go and have a look. So that's at teresabrownstamping.stampinup.net. And go in there and have a browse around. Go in and have a look at the stamp sets, the designer series papers, the embossing folders, the die cutting machines, just everything, because the ribbons, the embellishments. There's just so much on there for you to have a look at. So I hope you enjoy that. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to join me also throughout the day over on my Facebook page, and I'll be back here this afternoon. Bye for now.